Okay, so this is going to be a quick video on shop organization and inventory management. So I keep a clean shop. I've got a bandsaw torn apart right now on the bench, but I did put a lot of effort into getting this shop organized. Now, why does that pay off? Well, for me, it's because it makes inventory tracking a lot easier. And I've got this little pipe nipple organizer here for an example. There are two different types of parts that I, as an industrial maintenance guy, have to keep in stock. There are critical infrastructure parts. For example, that'd be an extra die for the pellet mill. If we drop a die and burn up a die on the pellet mill, and we have 12 orders of pellets on for the week, it might take 3-4 weeks to get a new die in. So I have to have a couple dies on hand, bare minimum one die on hand. Now, I keep track of the extremely critical infrastructure parts in a software system. That way I can keep track of billing. I mean, these are several $1,000 parts. So I've got a software for that sort of critical infrastructure component. But what about the less pricey and the more common use items? Well, here are pipe nipples, for example. I've got 3/4 inch pipe nipples, close to 6 inch, 1/2 inch, close to 6 inch. This is a Shuby pipe nipple organizer. Now, if I'm using a couple pipe nipples during a project, let's say I use these two, I'm bringing this back to the shop at the end of the project, and I look in here and I'm like, oh, hey, look, I'm missing a 3/4 inch by 3.5 inch, and I'm missing a 3/4 inch by 2.5 inch. I'm just gonna put some more on order real quick. That way, the next time I start a project, I've got these holes filled, and I don't have to run to the store in the middle of a project. Now, sometimes it doesn't matter so much. Sometimes I have time to go to the store, but if I pop a steam line somewhere and I needed a 2.5 inch pipe nipple, going to the store creates downtime for the company. And downtime for the company is lost money for the company in most situations. So having a pipe nipple organizer allows me a nice, easy, simple way to keep track of inventory. I don't want to plug in 127 different pipe nipples into the software and keep track of them. And every time I use one, I've got to go back to the computer and take one out of the system. This is just a dead simple way, right? And here's another example of that real quick. This is a pipe rack, or it's just sort of a long stock racking that I built. I've got black pipe, I've got electrical conduit and unistrut, airline stuff, PVC, 2x4s, and 2x material. So I can look right here right now. Oh, I've only got a 2x10. I need a 2x12 just on hand in case a pair of stairs falls apart. I keep 2x12s on hand. I can visually see that I'm missing something. I could put it on the list to get it on order, or go to the store and get it when I have time. You know, same thing for pipes. Let's say I use all my 3/4 inch 10-foot pieces of pipe. Well, then there will be a hole there, and next time I come to the shop after I'm done with the project, I'll say, hey, I need to get some more of that pipe. That way, next time, if 3/4 inch pipe that's critical to our processes goes down, I have it in stock. If everything's all in a pile, it's impossible to keep track of that stuff. And it takes up a lot of brain power. So it's about building efficiency into the shop. I keep all the grease in one specific spot. That way, when I get down to the last 2 or 3 tubes, it's easy to see. I don't have grease tubes all over the place. Here's another quick example of where shop organization can come in handy. This is a wrench rack that I built. This is just some 1/8 inch steel plate with some pegs that I welded on here with a jig, so they're all kicked up at an angle a little bit. But we've got a bunch of wrenches. I find wrenches to this day. I'll be up on the top of the mill somewhere, I'll see a wrench on some catwalk grating, I'll grab it and bring it down here. If I were to store all these wrenches in a traditional wrench roll, it would take up so much space, and it would be impossible to visually see all the inventory without rolling 12 different wrench racks out at the same time. This is just a nice way to get a visual inventory of all of our wrenches. And I keep the cheap ones here. I've got my own personal wrench set in the toolbox that I keep just for wrenching on things. But if a guy comes in here and he's down, I'm doing something else that's important, a guy can come in here and grab whatever wrench he needs, And it's easy to put it back. It's not like he's got to dig through my toolbox to put this wrench back in a wrench roll, etc., etc. He just hangs it back up here. Same with these adjustable wrenches. Guy borrows this one, and I come into the shop 2 days later. Hey, have you seen my 12-inch wrench? It's not hanging up anymore. Oh yeah, I left it out, wherever. And then I can go get it, and we're not losing money because we had to buy another 12-inch wrench. It's the little things that sort of add up and make things a little bit more efficient. I wouldn't say it saves money on parts, but I would say organization can save money because it can reduce downtime, especially in an industrial or commercial environment. So that was just a quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. Thanks for watching.